Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition, the edition for people who want to manifest better. We do this in a couple of ways. First of all, this is the only picture you're going to see on your screen. The reason is very simple. I want to minimize visual distractions. When you are looking at a two-dimensional screen, whether it's a laptop, desktop, television, smartphone, whatever, you automatically become the spectator. Even if you're playing an interactive game, you are still largely playing the part of a spectator. Well, I want you to be a participator. I want you someone on the field, not watching the action on the field. So this one picture will be on your screen for the next 12 minutes or so. The other thing that I do is I kind of give a different interpretation to the tarot reading because we are focused on your manifesting. I don't care what other people are doing. I don't care what the other forces are doing necessarily. It is your subconscious that we're digging into. It is your subconscious that we're activating. All of this enhances your imagination, which improves your manifestation. Okay? My job is to inspire you. So let's get to it. 2 rows. The middle card on the bottom and the middle card at top are where we begin and end the reading. They are, in that sense, very important. Not the most important necessarily, but they do have a lot of sway. So we begin up front. The card in the middle is Higher Power. The Oracle card, Higher Power. That is a thing we spend a fair amount of time talking about, but I don't think that we really buy into. I mean, it's good to say, and in fact, it would be helpful to you, according to Dr. Bruce Lipton, it would be a good thing to keep repeating that idea that you are guided, you are protected, you do have a higher power watching over you. However, you can say it in the fewest amount of words, whether I'm worthy, I'm loved, whatever it takes, and just keep repeating, because that is the only way that an adult can change their behavior. It's repetition. From the time you're born to about 7, babies are open-ended computers. They're just downloading information. That's why children believe, because their mind is not capable of analyzing yet. They don't have enough life experience. When they're born, their hard drive is empty. There are no programs on it at all. They load those programs up the first 7 years. That's why at about 6, 7, 8, they realize there's no Easter Bunny, there's no Santa Claus, and life goes kind of downhill from there. In any event, you want to change your behavior. You have to be conscious about what you want to change, and then you have to repeat some affirmation or some behavior constantly. And over a period of time, it could take, if you really put your mind to it, no pun intended, could probably take a month of constant repetition, heavy duty repetition, but whatever, over time, repetition, you can change your behavior. So the idea of a higher power, rather than being just words, can actually be something that you know, actually be something that you feel. Okay, whether you want to call it God or whatever you want to call it doesn't make any difference. But there is kind of an ether that surrounds all living things. And that ether is information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever. If you can tap into that, if you're aware of that. And I think in large part that may be where your gut feeling comes from. That's your tap into this great ether of wisdom. But if you can tap into that, that's real good juju. So we're looking at higher power. Let's go all the way to the left. Front row, Temperance. Temperance kind of supports what I just said, and I didn't intend it that way, but Temperance talks about balance, moderation, talks about patience. So whatever this journey is to getting you to plug into higher power, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be healing. It's going to be maybe one of the most powerful things that you do in your life ever. The idea of acknowledging and consciously tapping into your higher power, using your subconscious as the platform. It means you're going to have to change your thinking. That's the next card, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very honest, very forthright, realistic, but very perceptive. And so, as you are journeying to your plug-in to higher power, you know that you have to do it for real healing. You know that it's going to take some time, and you know that you're going to have to change your thinking somehow. Okay, that's where the repetition comes in of some sort of a mantra or whatever. It's that constant referral back to it. Yes, I'm worthy. 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 Or whatever yours happens to be. Next card over is Strength. Appropriate. Because we do need a lot of strength to get all of this done. This will take fortitude. Strength card says you have it. You have inner strength. You have patience. You have compassion for yourself. I don't think for many of us this will be easy. It's not going to be difficult, really hard work, but it's going to be tedious. You know, having some, first of all, getting down to some sort of a mantra. And I wouldn't pick more than two. I would stick primarily with one and just keep reminding yourself. You can think it, you can say it. Saying it out loud, although not necessarily loud, but to yourself, probably is a little more effective just by virtue of the fact that hearing it and saying it at the same time will have a little stronger effect. But it's a journey that you're on, okay? It's a journey that you're on. Your journey towards healing by changing your thinking and by having the strength to learn how to go through the process of loving yourself. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, of course, cups we think of love. And often when doing interpretations for manifesting, I don't say love, I say what we're used to, because very often that takes the place of love. Oh yeah, we've always done that. Oh yeah, we've always done that. All right, let's now move to the upper row, all the way to the left. We find the Tower card. The Tower is something that we have been conditioned to go, oh my God, no, what? The world is ending. Well, your world, manner of speaking, is kind of ending, but it doesn't have to be bad, doesn't have to be heavy duty, just it's more inevitable than anything else. The Tower is sudden change. It's a wake-up call. It gives you a chance to take a look in a real way at a given situation. This case, and maybe your life in general. But going through this journey, at some point you will inevitably hit a tower moment. You have to. You're looking for your higher power connection, the ultimate plug-in. That's what you're looking for. And so at some point, as you're journeying, you're going to come to a little crash. Again, not a big one, I don't believe, although for some I suspect it could be that. If you hang on to the tower, it makes it much more difficult. But there is a sudden change. There is a wake-up call coming, but it's going to lead you to the higher power. And what you need to do to get the most out of the tower moment is follow the moon energy. Okay? The moon is your intuition. It's your subconscious. It's your gut talking to you, sometimes yelling. But if you think of a full moon, cloudless night, big full moon, it allows you to see some things in the night that you would not be able to see if you didn't have a full moon. Doesn't give you the details. But it lets you see what's around you better. And so that's what's going on with your change as you're trying to plug into your higher power. You will have an opportunity for a tower moment which will allow you to see like a full moon at night. You're not going to get the details. You'll work those out as you go farther into your journey. But you will sense what is around you and how to navigate. Next card up is the Nine of Pentacles. It's my mini Queen of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles talks about stability, security, prosperity, self-reliance. In other words, she is in a good place because she has those pentacles around her. And the pentacles are not money or material things necessarily. In fact, I would argue that they're not. They're things like happiness, love, friendship, health, joy, purpose, those kinds of things that are really substantial. And because of that, she has this solid quality to her. Like I said, a mini Queen of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles in my estimation. And finally, up there, we hit the Page of Cups again. We ended the bottom row all the way to the right, Page of Cups. Now we're in the top row all the way to the right, Page of Cups again. It is seemingly a small act of self-love, but it's accepting yourself. It's giving yourself the opportunity to sit down there and go, oh, you know what? I really am worthwhile. I really am valuable. The Page of Cups is creative beginnings, good news, intuition, but it's small. It's small. It'll build that connection. That ultimate plug into higher power will build. And the final card is the vice versa card. It is the World card. That means completion, integration, wholeness. That's what you're really moving to. The idea of wholeness as a human being, as an entity, as a living being. This is your journey to the higher power. You can do this. It will take some time. It will take rearranging your thinking. It'll take some strength and take some programming on your part. Again, repetition, repetition. That's tedious. That's going to take time. But once that seed is planted and you are plugged in to the ultimate plug-in, your higher power, life really is a good adventure. And so that's the point. We will be back tomorrow with another Manifested Tarot reading. Hope you're here with me. Between now and then, if we don't happen to catch up, between now and the next time we do catch up, peace and blessings, and do something that inspires you today.